you and I, we never show emotions, we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be in you. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be in you.
Welcome to Free Love Tarot Readings. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings. What is going on? Santiago, Lady, Juju, Andrew, Bartman, Crystal, what is up? What is up? Good evening to you, lady, as well. When is your deck coming out? You mean this one? That is, well, the person went on vacation that's supposed to print it. So apparently I'm hoping to contact them Monday. It will be 2 weeks from Monday, probably. The cloth is coming about a week from Monday. So a week, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, I should have a lot of stuff. Anyway, Sid, what is going on? Sid asks, is this an hour earlier today? We had daylight savings time, Sid. Daylight savings time hit us. And yeah, we are an hour earlier, technically. DD, what's going on? Andrew, it's good to see you as well. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming in. It's going to be downright exciting. I'm just saying. Yeah, daylight savings time. I don't know why they do. You know, I guess because they want more daylight in our lives, but sure, why not? But yeah, that it gets confusing, I'm sure, if you're not living here. But if you are living here, then you're late for work. I mean, I'm just saying, or an hour early for work. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, let's see. Will I lose the 15 pounds by April 13th? Dee Dee, that is a hell of a diet if you're going to lose 15 pounds in what? Yeah, that's half a pound a day. That's pretty rough, I got to say now. Dee Dee, that's kind of rough there. You can go for it, but let's see. Let's see what the tarot says. I mean, let's go for it. Let's do it. Find out what the tarot thinks about your diet, because you never know. You just don't know. All right. Let's see. What's a good diet loss? What's a good weight loss deck? This might hurt tarot. Seems to come in mind. I think this might hurt tarot would really be there. Linda got around to trimming the cards. Linda, how is it? I imagine that is just magical at this point. I got to do mine now. Yeah. You know, you got me thinking about it. I have to do mine now. Definitely one of those things, but you know, there you go. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Sun says you are on the right track. You are on the right track. You have the motivation. You have all of the magical skills to pay the bills. I think that you're going to lose a little bit. Are you going to lose it all, though? Are you going to lose it all in a month's time? Four of Pentacles is hanging on to what you have. And it is indeed related to the body, because the Four of Pentacles is about pentacles. It is about earthly things, etc., etc. But that does reference the body. And because you're hanging on to it, because you're doing a little bit of that hanging on action, I think that you may not lose it all. You may not lose all of it. I think that you're going to lose some of it, but are you going to lose all of it? Yeah, that looks a bit challenging. It looks a bit challenging. So I'm going to go with some, not all. You know what I mean? Because it may be a little bit challenging to get it all done. But Seven of Cups says we are tempted, DD. We are tempted by a lot of the good food. Good food is good for a reason. That salt, sugar, fat combination that makes the world go round. It makes the world go round. And I think you're going to hang on to a little bit of that. But I think you'll lose it overall. Overall, I think you'll lose it. Boo-boo. Welcome. What is going on? All right. Let's go. Starting out slow tonight. We're just relaxing tonight. Hanging out, talking about stuff. Because if you just joined, I'm going to have cloths next week. If you don't have this cloth, it has this nice surface here to where it doesn't slide on the table. So it doesn't stick, but it doesn't like slide when you're moving around cards and stuff like that. So it's not, it's thick too. It's not thin. It's like nice and thick. So it's got the hem on it. It's got the nice looking hem, and yeah, really, really nice. I like this, and the fabric is actually rated for wear and tear. It's made for furniture. So no matter what you do to it, you can just hammer it and it's going to survive just fine. Overall, I'm very pleased with this cloth material, and I think this is going to be a big hit, but it'll be on the Etsy shop pretty soon. GA Tech won. What did I say? Who was going to win? I forgot about that. Have a childhood friend with that name. There you go. All right. Sarah wants a general reading. Isabel, welcome. What's going on? Welcome, Sarah, as well. The company I auditioned for, are they going to email me or give me a phone call? Neon Lights, welcome. What is up? Well, let's see about that. Isabel has a good question over there. Isabel wants to know about some jobs. You know, we need more money. We need more money. Get into that job. Roam into that job and find out if that is going to be right for you, because that's what you need is a good job. A good job makes the world go round. I'm just saying now. And for that, let's use the Wizards Tarot. It has been a hot minute since we pulled this thing out, and I do like pulling it out on stream. I'm just saying. We are going to pull out the Wizards Tarot and see what it says about the company that you're auditioning for, getting that interview action in, getting all of that fun stuff going. What is going to happen with that? Oh, my death. And we got the Devil and Death, Justice, a lot of majors here, a lot of change, a lot of sort of accommodating things. Crystal, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Overall, you have that fiery thing with death. It's sort of an interesting that they turned it into a little bit of the flames. You know, you got the hell reference and whatnot with the death, the devil, and both of those seem to be fiery and sort of action in here. Page of Swords talks about a communication, but not one that you really kind of want. And Justice says overall the balance looks to be a little bit off here. So you do have a little bit of a negative sort of read here, as well as a bunch of majors. Basically, it just says that this is important to you. I mean, if they called, you'd be pretty excited about it. Isabel would be jumping up and down and saying, yes, this is exactly what I need. I needed this. But I don't really think they will be giving you an email or phone call. I'm going to have to go with a thumbs down on this one. A thumbs down. I'm going to have to say no. I believe it's no. We have factors getting in the way. We have things not going the way that they should, things not going the way. Page of Swords is a communication, but it is a page, like a beginner communication. It's almost like you don't get the news that you want, or you get news, but it's in a roundabout way that it doesn't really work out to be in your best interest. Haley Miss, how are you doing? Good to see you. All right. Crystal wants to know about getting the stimulus check this week. Let's check it out by using Crystal's favorite deck, which is, by the way, I'm reducing my decks. I'm reducing the number of decks. I will be doing giveaways to get rid of some of these. Some of these that are cheap or they were free. Other ones that were not cheap or free, then I'm going to be doing I'm going to be selling them. But yeah, we'll do some giveaways. Give away some of these tarot decks that I just don't use. I'm not going to use. I will never use. I mean, there's quite a few of them. So I need to reduce the inventory a little bit. So yeah, we got more coming. So there reaches a point where it's just too many. And that point is coming very soon. All right. So let's see. Let's get Crystal's question up on screen there. Crystal, we got stimulus money this week. Pretty simple question. Pretty simple question. How is it going to go? We have movement of the cash. We do have movement. Blah, thank you for your donation and welcome back. Blah, it is so good to see you. What is going on? 8 of Wands says we have some movement, and that's what we need here. We need a little bit of movement, action, adventure, things happening. I think that's going to be beneficial for everybody. Page of Swords again talks about the communication, just like we had in the previous reading. Page of Swords apparently is going to be in every reading tonight. 9 of Wands, that defensiveness, but the Knight of Swords, it's almost like we have a double movement here. It's very interesting. We're sort of bookended by movement. I think things are moving. I think it is in motion. Does it land, though? That's the key here, right? Does it land? So Crystal's looking for some fat cash. Do we see a landing to where the movement ends, to where the movement stops? The movement ends maybe in some pentacles, into anything that would look like a stimulus check or some good news. Maybe the sun, maybe the 10 of pentacles, maybe even the 10 of cups. I take anything that would just be a good news sign. What I don't see is any of that. We do see a lot of action, a lot of fire, a lot of motion, and that's sort of encouraging that you are going to get it. It is in process, but it doesn't look like next week. I would say the week after. I would say the week after. M, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. Definitely going with a week after for this. Yeah, I'm going to give a thumbs down again for that. I really don't see any good end to this, to something that would indicate a finale or a final dump of that cash into your account. So I just don't see it. I would say the week after. The week after. Tarot and Such, thank you for hanging out with us. What is going on tonight? Everybody is here tonight. All right. What else do we have? We had another donation from Blah. Question below. Let's look at Blah's question on the little happy app that I wrote. It says, will my letter to military police be in my favor and hold the couple who assaulted me accountable? Blah, what are you getting yourself into? Blah, you left the stream for 10 minutes and you got assaulted? Blah, what's going on? Blah's getting whapped. That's not good at all. Blah, sorry to hear that. I guess you don't want a tarot throwdown for that one. Give flashbacks. Emilio, thank you for your donation. And Sheila, welcome to the stream. So good to see you. All right, let's hop over here to the Tarot Tower. We are going to do some tarot giveaways soon. So keep an eye out on the channel. And we got to reduce inventory because it's getting kind of ridiculous over here. It's like overflowing pretty badly at some point. So I'm getting rid of about probably 20 decks. So the ones that were free or cheap, I'm just going to give away straight up. Others, not so much. All right, let's go with Golden Art Nouveau for this. I am a twister. Oh, no. Yeah, imagine you are angry indeed. That's rough, man. Okay, so the letter to MP be in my favor. We're going to hold the couple accountable who's whacking Blah upside the head. I mean, if you see blah, you need to give blah a hug, with a mask. Or you need to give blah a hug, not a whap in the head. I'm just saying, if any of us meet you, blah, we're just going to give you a big hug. So with a mask on. Okay. So you do have this. Well, this is kind of startling as a first thing, the devil. There is some factors with this. There are some things with that. Will they hold people accountable? The devil does. The devil does hold accountable. We have people that are restricted. We have people that can't move. We have people that are being watched by a higher power. In addition, we have justice being served out. We have the scales there. The scales are balanced and things are getting handed out. So it looks like things will indeed be in your favor and they will be sort of handing you this type of thing. You do have this sort of interesting with death. And then you have the Lovers. So it's an interesting combo. You'll notice on both of these, you have people sort of watching over, people looking. I think people are indeed going to hold these people accountable. We have people that are watching. We have higher powers that are in all of these cards that are looking down, looking over the situation and making judgments. That's what you see across the board here. People making judgments, people seeing things that are wrong. People making effects and people getting that done. In addition, it's like a cash payout or something happens with that because justice is served. So we're going to go with a thumbs up and blah. I think that you end up getting justice. Not only that, but a financial justice as well. So there we go. Tammy snuck in. What is going on midnight as well? How's everybody doing tonight? It is Good Sunday night. We got the beginning of another work week tomorrow. And by the way, if I'm early, it's because of daylight savings time. We got daylight savings time up in the USA. That's where we lost an hour of sleep, and I'm feeling it too. I am feeling it. I am ready to go back to bed, and I was going to take a nap. I'm not good with naps. If I take a nap, I never sleep. I will not go to sleep. Legitimately, if I take a nap, I will not go to sleep that night. It's a plague. It's one of those things. But yeah, you got the courage now. Wow. Okay. I do think people are watching. People want to have that justice. They want to have it handed down because I think the situation was unfair and I think that it was unjustified. I mean, that's what you got. That's what I have. So, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, the Marine Corps, SP for the Army. Yeah. MP was a joke. I mean, it was MP makes me think of military police. I play war games. So in case you wonder what I do in my spare time, I sit over here and play war games. I have a bunch of really good war games. I got really, really good war games. Some of them are out of print and worth hundreds of dollars. But I probably should end up selling some of those, but it's hard to part with a good board game. Saying now. Let's find out what S's current feelings are towards you. Very important here, what their feelings are towards you. We have a couple of challenges within this. We do have some challenges in here. 9 of Wands is like the injured, but still recovering. We're injured, but we're recovering. We're getting things, to where we need them to be. It almost is like this 5 of Cups with the injured but recovering feels like that this person is not quite ready to step out into reality again. They're not quite ready to move into a place where, things are going to be better or move into that. It's like they're stuck. They're stuck. They're having issues moving, getting things done. Page of Pentacles. I'm just not ready. I want to be on a new adventure. I do, but I'm scared to step out. And I'm worried what happens, where I'm going to be going. What is going to be the result of stepping out and getting some things done, right? That Page of Pentacles is very sort of iffy in that regard a lot of times. I do want that new adventure, but that 5 of Cups, what if this happens? What if that happens? I'm very concerned about all of that. 7 of Pentacles says that they're willing to work on it, just kind of get past some of this. And that's going to be one of the big things, right? they need to get past that. They need to move forward from that and sort of move into the next thing, which is sort of maybe you or, sort of the mix and whatnot. But yeah, we do have that feel there. So I think the best thing that could happen right now, as far as this goes, is just sort of give this person a little bit of space and get all that space there. So yeah, the alert box is freaking out again. We're turning it off. But yeah, the Seven of Pentacles, they're willing to move forward, they're willing to move out into the next thing, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a little bit of time. So you're going to have to give S a little bit of space and time and, let them move in their own direction and move in their own way. Because a lot of times that's what you kind of got to do. Energy for this week. Emilio wants to know about some energy. Emilio, let's get you some good energy for the week, shall we? Some good energy for the week by using this beautiful deck of cards here, which is, by the way, the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. I will never, ever, ever be giving this one away. I guarantee you will never see me in my lifetime getting rid of this particular deck. But there are many others that I will be getting rid of soon. We will have some giveaways on the channel. Doing all of that stuff. So, yeah. Let's see about the energy for the week with this gorgeous deck of cards. Four of Cups, full star, Six of Coins. You need to vacate things that aren't working for you and move into something else. You do have either some people, some energies, some things happening that you're just not totally comfortable with and you're just not kind of happy with. You would rather see it move into the next state, right? C. Cruz, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. But that Four of Cups, I'm being offered something I don't want. And to get through that, to get past that, it's time to do something different. It's time to accept the next different stage, to try to find what is going on next, what is the next thing to do. Because the Fool says, I want to adventure. I do. But a lot of things that I'm getting offered, a lot of the adventures that are open to me are just not ones that I want to partake in. Meanwhile, the Star says, pick up your own adventure. Maybe people are presenting you adventures, things, energies that you just don't want, or you just can't use. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit of, I can't really use this. I appreciate that energy. I appreciate the idea. I appreciate this adventure opportunity. I just can't go forward with it because it just doesn't match me. And this is sort of where you are. Well, I just need something that matches me, something that fits me, something maybe that not everybody would be excited about, but at the end of the day, it's going to be acceptable. It's going to be something that I can use, to my advantage to get things where I need them to be. And that's sort of where the Six of Coins is. You need things that give you an advantage rather than somebody else. Because sure, if somebody else can get an advantage and you can too, that would be great. But, at the end of the day, the Six of Coins says that I need something that can do both. I need something where I get the whole thing. I can get the entire benefit from it, right? Alexandra, thank you for your donation. But yeah, don't accept second best, basically is what it's saying. Go for the extra. Go for the extra stretch goal. Go for how things are going to be in the long run there. All right. Let's see who is next. We got Boo Boo. Give me some good news and only good news. Well, I guess you don't want the Thoth then. I guess you want some good news deck. I mean, we can do this one. I mean, Boo Boo likes this one. I think Boo Boo's pretty appreciative and happy with the Playful Heart Tarot. You know what I mean? That is going to be one of those deals there. So let's see. Good news and only good news. Good news, I'm streaming tonight. How about that? Is that good news? Would that be acceptable for the good news category? I just don't know. But we'll see what this deck says and see about that. 10 of Wands into the Queen of Wands, Death, and the Queen of Cups. We got some queens here. We do have some good news with the queens. Queens in general do bring that femininity. They bring that power, that sort of independence feel with that. And, sort of in the same vein, they're going to sort of bring not only good news, but a feel of control because you're in the royalty there. And you do have two queens. Let's see what the queens are that we got. The first one is going to be pretty important here. This is the fire. This is the flame. This is looking pretty good indeed. Queen of Wands is the CEO. She's the master organizer, the person that's going to pick up things, organize them, be able to sort of get people going where they need to be going, get people organized, get things sort of where they need to be without a lot of fluff, because I don't think you like fluff. I think that you want to get right down to the business. I don't think that you want people BSing you, giving you a lot of fluff, giving you a lot of wasted time. I think that you want down to the business. And that's where you're sort of getting with the Queen of Wands. So there is good news indeed. Queen of Cups says that emotional connectivity that you need is really going to happen pretty soon as well. Queen of Cups is an emotional, not only a connectivity, but just sort of an ambiance of, everything is going well emotionally. Things are going the directions that I sort of need. And Death says the reason that is because you have some pretty good change coming. So you do have some nice change, some nice alterations with that. Death says that is going to be one of the emotional freedom, one of the emotional releases that you do have in the works. Ten of Wands is the encumbrance card. You're taking on too much. You're just taking on too much. You're trying to get too much done. Your goals are a bit too assertive, and that may not be working for you. So the Queen of Wands says, find what you can organize, find how you can tweak what you're currently doing to make it better, and do things. Do things smarter and work smarter instead of harder. That kind of feel, right? That Ten of Wands. Don't take on too much. Don't try to do it all. You don't need to do it all. So there you go. Let's see. There's my new catchphrase is there you go. I don't know how that started, but I actually had to edit a video. It was so bad. I said that phrase so many times. It's so annoying. I need to get rid of it. Love your channel. Thank you. We'll see Cruz. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. How do you see my tarot journey progressing? I bought the first deck a month ago. We'll see Cruz. Let's get you some nice good news as well in your tarot journey and see how that is progressing indeed. We're going to use my deck for this. By the way, if you don't have this, it has been out of print for a little bit. And I'm going to order some more Monday if the lady will respond to me. I want to order 250 decks, and I should have enough. And so we'll redo the Kickstarter and also maybe put it on Amazon. We'll just put it everywhere. We'll just throw this out to the world and let everybody have a copy and see who wants it. If you want it, we'll get it to you at a reasonable price. I'm not going to bend you over like half these other tarots that are out now. Reasonable price. Okay. So the tarot journey as to how is it going to progress? It is difficult. There's so much. There's so much to do. There's so many things to juggle. There's so many things that are just active in the place. I think that you're trying to take on a little too much at once. The good news is tarot's pretty simple to begin. If you just want to start, if you just want to sort of warm up a little bit, tarot is pretty easy. It's pretty lenient as far as how it goes, right? So you just got to be sort of aware of just how much information you're willing to take on at once. Queen of Pentacles says you're very down to earth with it. I think you're more of a logical reader. You do use your intuition, but once you sort of know the definitions, you know the images, you know how they blend together. And that's one of the key parts about this is how these blend together. I can know the definition of this. I can know the definition of that. But when we start combining them, how do you formulate a sentence in that regard? And I think that's sort of where you're at, where you need to sort of resolve some of that. The Queen of Pentacles says you're not going to have any problems doing that. Use your intuition, take it on slowly, and just sort of gradually progress as it goes. And I think reading for other people is going to be a huge boon for you. If you can sort of get on maybe the Facebook, tarot reading sharing sites or groups and things like that. And that's going to be a big help for that. Overall, I see you being successful. because you know how to micromanage it. You know how to take bites out of it, take bites here, take a bite there. Don't try to eat the whole thing at once type of deal. And the Page of Pentacles says that if you need to, back up too. If you need to, use your intuition. Your intuition is going to tell you. It's going to say, hey, this page looks like a young person, a beginner. We have that young person beginner feel here. Maybe that blends, maybe that doesn't with some of these other cards. And I'm going to sort of know how to interpret that. So go back to the beginner level if you need to, because people forget definitions all the time. People don't really know how things combine. You just sort of wing it and you sort of try to understand it, right? And I think that's going to be the big piece here. And again, I think you will be successful. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. So the Six of Wands is the Lord of Victory, by the way, in case you didn't know. By the way, go watch my court card video. There's there's an 8 video series about court cards, and it'll teach you how to sort of read these and what personalities these correspond with. Like Page of Pentacles is Dwayne Johnson, the Rock. It is the earth of earth. It is a rock. It's rock solid, stable. And that's where I see you being, just rock solid, stable. Very, very good with that. Queen of Wands is going to be sort of a more of a firm feel, but still has that emotional side and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, go watch the court card video if you're interested in learning court cards, because that's a really confusing topic, I think, for most people. You're just like, I don't understand, the court cards are kind of all staring at me. What does this one mean? What does that one mean? Et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, Alexandra, thank you for your donation, wants to know the question below. All right, well, let's get Alexandra's question below. Alexander, can I have a tarot throwdown? You got it.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
A tarot throwdown you will have. You will have. eBay, stop messaging me. eBay's annoying. I sell stuff on eBay all the time, and it's very annoying sometimes. Okay, tarot throwdown. Successful in economic change or whip something. Or whip something. What is whip something? It is Wipro Company. So economic change is up here. Wipro is down here. Well, let's see what Wipro says. So you're going to be successful. Wipro's given a good feel. That is a good beginning for that, especially with that 6. Especially with that 6. That is just really powerful with that, right? That's going to be a big, big help. A big help as far as getting in that cash, getting in that feel, and having all of that stuff done. Let's look it over here at the economic change. Okay. Economic change looks pretty good too. You actually have 2 wins. You have 2 wins. So we have 2 wins. Which one wins the most? Which one wins the best? Which one is going to come out on top? So the theory here is that we need success. We need some more things coming in. We need something that we have control over it. You do have a bit of a journey, and the journey is going to take a little longer with Wipro than it would with economic change. Economic change does have 2 amazing power cards. You have domain, which is having power over your realm or having power over economic change, as well as the magician having the skills to get it done. Now, I talk about this in my book. Basically, having skill to get things done, the skill to get the goals that you need, and the power to affect change. That's a perfect combo. That's a perfect combo. I talk about that in a video that I just made about a week ago as well. Having the power to do something is usually not enough. Okay, I have the power to boss these people around because I'm their supervisor or whatever. That doesn't make me good. The people will be sort of upset if I'm really crappy at it, even though I do have the power. That doesn't make people respect you. What makes people respect you is having the skills, having the knowledge, and having things under your control, as well as having the power to implement that change. And that combo is the most powerful one ever, because that says you have everything that you need to be successful, it's really up to you at that point to deliver the success. And that's what you have over here with economic change. The magician domain, you do have the devil in between. You do have the devil in between. So there is some temptation in economic change, some temptation that may pull you away from that success, that may, that little dangling chain of hypnosis, whatever. It's going to be over here in economic change. Do you get some freebies and a little bit of a boost? Yes, down here in YPro, but YPro does take longer to get rolling. It's like, have you ever seen a train? Have you ever seen a train start up? It's like super slow. It's going like this slow, and it just barely gets faster and faster over time because it's so freaking heavy. That's kind of how the YPro feels there. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Gianna, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Is it wise to travel to Sacramento next month? Well, now, I know you don't want the thought. You just have the bad taste in your mouth for that thought. Let's use something sort of fun and rambunctious with the Mons Tarot here. All right, we'll get the Mons Tarot, have a little fun with it, do some cuts with it and all of that. Another shuffle. We haven't shuffled this good in a long time. I need to take a day and just shuffle all of my cards. Just shuffle them all so I can just pull them off the shelf and just read immediately. No shuffle needed. And like everything's been pre-shuffled. I think that's what I need to do one day. That's going to be kind of a boring, but probably won't do it. It's a good dream. I have a dream that one day I will be able to shuffle that. Okay. Am I going to make a trip? Is it going to be a good trip? 3 of Swords is sort of interesting. It does say it's sort of interesting. There is a Temperance. Something doesn't blend. Something doesn't blend with the trip. Maybe it's the person that you're going with. It just doesn't blend in the initial phases of the trip almost. You have the 3 of Swords into the Temperance, and the Temperance is all about the dynamic feel between 2 worlds and how things blend. And I made a video on this, the long pour from the bar. It's about getting these things in balance, getting these things. And there's multiple sides to this. It's not like we're just going to get in the car and just drive get in the plane and just fly, I assume. Get in the plane, fly, get in the car, drive. It doesn't feel like that is going to be one of those deals. Sarah, thank you for your donation. But something just doesn't blend with the trip. Again, it could be a partner that you're taking. It could be one of the places that you're stopping. It could be your destination is not available. Knight of Cups says it's an emotional trip, though, for you. It is sort of a relaxing time, and you do get a bit emotional. There is the Lovers next to the Knight of Cups. It is Mr. Romance into the Lovers. Could be that we're meeting somebody. It could be that we're meeting somebody, or it could be that the person we're going to see is going to be beneficial and things like that. So that is going to be happening there. But I think it's good to see somebody. It feels good to get to the destination and see somebody. The Lovers, the Knight of Cups, that good match. That good match. So yeah, I think it's wise. I think it's going to go well. And definitely something that you will be emotional about once you arrive, once you see what is going on there. And that good match is about your uncle. Okay, that good match is going to be seeing your uncle. You're going to be glad. That's what you need. That's what you need, is be happy. When will I meet my next romantic partner? Gianna, let's see. We need the Modern Love Tarot. Modern Love Tarot. I just need to have a stream where I just do nothing but use the Modern Love Tarot. That is going to be there. Sarah, I got your question. Thank you so much again. Appreciate you. It's good to see you again. Okay, let's see about this. We need a romantic partner. We need some love. We need one of the hearts coming in here. And, Modern Love Tarot says, what is going to happen with that? We got all sorts of heart action here. Ooh, the 10 of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. That's sort of an interesting thing there. All right. Basically, the Emperor says that it is upon you in some respects. It is reliant upon you to get some of this queued up. And basically, that sort of means that is there, sort of getting out, finding people, finding new people, meeting new people. That's going to be a big component as far as speeding that up. The Emperor says you're in the driver's seat. So you got the wheel, you're in the driver's seat. It's up to you to drive and to that destination, to drive to the place where you are going to have a little bit more opportunity to meet other people. 10 of Wands does say that this is sort of a pain in the butt for you. Overall, getting a new romantic partner is a pain in the butt. You have the dating thing. The dating thing gets old really quick. You got online dating. I think that got old a long time ago. And it feels like that just got a long time ago that got old. And there's not much you can do about it, though. You're sort of restricted as sort of where I can go, what I can do in some respects with that. But the 10 of Wands says everything is getting old. It is sort of a pain to sort of find where you need to be on that. The Queen of Wands, though, says you're able to do it. I think if you open up, I think if you sort of be accepting of the process and find joy with the process of sort of meeting people and meeting new people, interacting with people is going to be big with that. Overall, the Page of Pentacles says that it's difficult to get a stable relationship, kind of where you're looking and how you're looking and whatnot. So finding a new partner, it may be difficult to find one that's going to be super stable. You may have one that's going to be nice for the honeymoon period. It's going to be good temporary, but finding something long-term is going to be a little bit difficult right now. Overall, I would say finding when will I meet the next romantic partner? I think July is your key month, really. July is one of the big months for you as far as getting a partner, finding someone that's going to be acceptable and moving through that process, getting to the end and saying, that's going to be all right. Queen of Wands is the weightlifter, by the way. The Queen of Wands is that card. We'll show it. We'll show it up front. We'll show it up close over here. There we go. A little bit of that Queen of Wands action. There you go. Queen of Wands and the weightlifter card. Everybody seems to like that one. So that's good. That is good. All right, let's get focused back on. There we go. Cool. Who is next? We got a rockin' tonight. Sarah, question below, please. Question below, please. All right. Sarah, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. What does Sarah want to know? Sarah, can we ask my guide if I should stay or leave? Which one is the best interest? Okay. Let's find out which one is going to be in your best interest. Well, let's go with a little throwdown action, but I don't want to use the thaw for this. I'm kind of interested in the Anna K, quite frankly. I think the Anna K is going to have the question answered the way we need it answered on this particular question. All right. Stay or leave. We're going to go with the throwdown theme.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
But we're going to say up top left here is stay. And bottom right is going to be, sort of get out of there and go. We could just sort of do the whole thing at once and definitely have that. And, okay, so stay is up here and go is over there. Stay is interesting. So let's sort of break this down here. Mandy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Stay is repetitive. I think you've had enough of stay. I think there's a lot of things happening where you're just like, stay really doesn't work. Stay is repetitive. It's boring. And that's where you have with the 8 of coins is just boring. You're doing the same thing over and over. There's not much happening. There's not much creativity that's allowed. There's not much expandability. There's not much wiggle room in there to be who we want to be. Staying is reliable, though. You know what is going to happen. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. You know what's going to happen. You know the result. You know very, very predictable. Boring, but predictable. That's what we got here. Stable, staying is going to be stable. There's some factors about staying that make it a pain in the ass. You have that 5. There's some factors concerning staying that you don't like. And I don't think it's going to be good for you long term. It feels like staying is going to be quite stable, but a pain, a pain. So what is the deal with leaving? Leaving, you don't really know where you're going to go next. I think that you're sort of guided. The star says you are drawn to leaving. There is a lot of good things happening with leaving. Leaving says that you'll be able to get out of that conflict situation that we just saw. You'll be able to get out of that and get on a recovery mode. The King of Cups, though, says you have nothing to tie you emotionally to leaving. There's no big benefit to leaving. There's no big thing that happens with leaving other than escaping that conflict and things like that. Ultimately, it just looks like if you want the stability, stay, but you're going to have to put up with the BS. If you want to leave, there's nothing drawing you to do that, and there's no huge benefit to leaving as well. So there you go. A little bit more complex than a yes or no or a binary question, but yeah. What month do you think he will message me in, Mandy? Let's find out about a month by using the Gregory Scott. Gregory Scott's a good one for this. Gregory Scott's a good one in general, but a Gregory Scott, I think if you're just picking a time frame, it really sort of knows what to do. It has all of this dynamic images and all of that. Kirsten, yes, that was the Anna K Tarot. That was the Anna K Tarot. This one, though, is the Gregory Scott Tarot. So in case you're keeping track, the Gregory Scott, the Anna K, we're doing all the tarots right now. Okay. So, what month would he message me in? 10 of Cups. You have the Emperor. We have this feeling of they are going to message you. They want to do that. They're hesitant, though. They don't really want to message you right now. I don't think right now they want to pick up the phone and message you. Mandy, and not something that's going to happen immediately. They are going to message you, though. Definitely going to be messaging you as far as that goes. I'm looking at like late June, basically. The 10 of Cups, things went well. Things were nice. Things went well. The Emperor, I have to take command of something though, and sort of do other things. Maybe this is not the correct time. And there is that distance. There's that hesitation with that. They do contact you though. Again, I'm thinking late June as far as that goes. So I'm going to go with a June 20th. We'll go out on a limb here and say June 20th. Out on a limb. My going out on a limb occasionally does work out well. It does. I've done exact dates before, so you never know what you're going to get. It's all random. Entertainment purposes only. Okay. Okay. Face ID. Thank you. I got a phone with Face ID, and now we have mandatory masks for the past year. This was a poor time to choose that phone. Just saying. I'm just saying. Is my Uncle Miguel sick? Now, you want the legitimate read. We're going to use the thought. I know you're not a big fan, but we're going to use the thought. If you want the legitimate read. Okay. Let's go with this and find out, is your uncle sick? We did have a lie about something or hiding something the last time. Let's see what happens with this. And that is sort of interesting if I take the graphic off. Oh, man. I mean, okay, entertainment purposes only. Now that I've said that, I think yes. The moon is a very emotional card. Something's happening emotionally there. And the emotional thing that's sort of happening, the emotional things that are working, the things that are sort of going are weighing on them. It feels like that there's that fiery energy, but it is a sort of a weighty form or a weighted form. Linda, thank you for your donation. It's a weighted form of energy. It's a weighted form of emotion. It's like we're moving from one emotion into the next, but we're carrying something with us from that emotion to the next one. It just doesn't feel like that there's emotion. Emotion is free and flowing. If you have like the moon with the sun, or a good news card, the 10 of cups, or a celebration, the 9 of cups would be great. We have that emotion, that deep emotion, because the moon is very, very deep emotion. Mariana, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. That deep emotion is because we're carrying something with us. Something extra is present. Science says that we are looking towards science. We're looking towards science to resolve it. We're trying to get science. And this is science. It's more of a mastery of what you're doing. But a lot of times science is literally like science. I'm looking towards somebody who is an expert to get what I need done. In other words, you're seeing the doctor. And obviously, if they're sick, they need to see a doctor, right? So, there is some money involved with this as well. So there you go. There you go. I think, in other words, that's what I think. That's what the entertainment purposes only. If you are sick, please see a doctor. Do not ask a tarot reader about your sickness. That's a terrible idea. You need to see a doctor. Why does a CEO want to speak to me Tuesday? Oh no. Linda, what did you get into? Linda, what did you get into? Maybe they're handing the reins to you, Linda. Maybe they're saying, Linda, I'm retiring. I want you to be the CEO. I want you to be the CEO and have all of my money. All of my money goes to you. I want you to have it all. To have it all. All right. So why do they want to speak to me? We need to find that out. Won't read on health. Yeah, I don't read on health. I just did that's a general reading on the uncle. That's a general reading. There you go. Twin, welcome. How are you doing? Mystical Mermaid, how are you as well? KD is here. We got everybody here tonight. So let's see where we're going there. By the way, thank you for buying my book. Whoever just bought it. Who did buy it? Thank you for buying my book. Aussie is a username. Whoever you are, thank you for buying my book. Cowboy Dan, thank you for your donation. So, why does the want to speak to you? The Emperor says they do have the power. They're giving you good news. They're giving you a lot of good news. They're giving you some authority. Some authority is coming in. Some authority is coming in. The Empress is so good here. This is nothing but good cards, Linda. We have a lot of good feels like this. The 10 of Cups, that celebration, that big celebration. We can have it all. We can have it all. We can have everything. They're giving you something. They're giving you some authority. Basically, the Empress is an authority figure. It is the Emperor, but, female version. It says, I'm giving you authority. World says something is concluding. Something is concluding, Linda. It's not a beginning of something. It's like something that's been brewing around, something that is sort of, roaming around. It's in the clouds, and the clouds are parting, and now the sun is coming down, and all of that stuff. The Emperor says they're using their power to give you some authority. The World said it is going to be good news indeed. Sunflower, thank you for your donation for hosting Mystical Mermaid. Mystical Mermaid, let me know what your question is. I appreciate you hanging out with us. But the World is a conclusion. It concludes the majors. It is a conclusion to something that was started before. It's a good conclusion, one that you're going to be happy with, celebrate, and they want to give you some type of authority. There you go. Maybe not give you all their money. Maybe not give you all the money. That could be just a dream. It could be. Why haven't I received a reply from MA? I don't know. By the way, Mariana, if you're in here, let me know what your question is. Boyfriend, leave me alone while I get my taxes. So Ashley's been here a while. Ashley's not Mariana. Mariana, let me know what your question is, or I will get you tomorrow or whatever. Or whatever. It is all good. Your donation will sit here forever until you want a question answered. And then I will hop to that question and get it done. By the way, we have a big tarot giveaway. Be sure to be subscribed to the channel. And if you want a tarot deck for free, I will give you a tarot deck for free. I need to get rid of some. I need to get rid of some tarot decks because it's too many. It is too many. Andrea, thank you for your donation. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a Super Linares. This is not going anywhere. I love this deck. This is one of the only Kickstarters I like. Kickstarters have really sucked lately. I'm just getting bent over on Kickstarter. It just really ticking me off at this point. Why haven't I received a reply? I think you're going to receive a reply after all, but it's not going to be the one that you want. I think that you will receive a reply. We have a lot of good stuff in here. But there is the 6. You have the delivery. You have the journey. The journey is happening. The journey is going forward. And death says the journey is bringing change with it. It's bringing change. Cowboy Dan, I don't know. Sunflower, I'd never give any decks that you gave me away. I cherish every deck that I receive as a gift, and they will never leave here. Anyway, death says that it's bringing change and differences, of bringing changes coming in. Judgment says the changes are good because you have more opportunity. Mariana, thank you so much for your donation. Let me know what your question is. Judgment says that death into judgment means the change bring new opportunity. The change brings big things in there. They will be replying to you. It's a little slow. The boat trip is long. Death says the changes are coming. Judgment now may not be what you want, though. It may be difficult. It may be one of the uncomfortable change. We say this because you have this new opportunity, you have this new change, but it may not be what you want. That 4 of Cups sort of puts a damper on the entire deal. But again, any opportunity is a good opportunity, even though it doesn't maybe look like something that is expansive, or look like something that's immediate gratification. It could be a little bit on the modification side where you're going to have to do things differently from now on. Basically, doing things differently, Cowboy Dan. That's what you need. Mystical Mermaid wants my deck. Mystical Mermaid, it is coming. My deck is being reprinted. It'll be here in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you'll be able to get these again. And the cloth is coming next week. What's next for me and Steven? Are we going to reconcile or not? Well, let's do a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Do a throwdown. Kaylee, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for your donation. And Mariana, we're still waiting for your question. If you let me know what your question is, we will pop your question into the queue. The queue's pretty short. I'm pumping them out. I'm pumping them out tonight. So the queue's not that bad. Not too bad at all. So let's sort of look here at the reconciliation or not. We got reconciliation up here and then not down here. You do have that. You do have that feel for this. I mean, it's like reconciliation. If you're going to, okay, Mystical Mermaid, if you're going to reconcile, you need to start over. You need to start over completely. It feels like that picking up where you left off just doesn't work at this point. Mystical Mermaid, you have bad habits. You have things that are sort of queued up. You have things that are sort of backed up. Things just aren't working the way that you need them to work in the current state. It needs overhaul. It needs to be restarted. That Ace of Cups, let's get something new in the queue. Let's get something new there. I have the courage. I have the power. I have the fiery element that I need to move forward with this. But as is, Mystical Mermaid, as is, it ain't going to work. No reconciliation is not a good option for you. I think that you really like Steven. I think that Steven and you go together quite well. I think that you're in love. Obviously, do we need some fixes? Do we need some band-aids over the gaping wounds that we have in this relationship? Yes. Can we work it out? Yes. Do you want to just bail? No. The hermit, it's uncomfortable. That defensive feel into the hermit. I don't really accept the hermit. I don't want to be in that hermit situation. Overall, start over. Start from scratch. Get the BS. Get all the weighted junk that you're carrying out of there and go to the next thing. All right, Mariana asked the question. Thank you again, Mariana. I appreciate you so much. Brian and Mariana sitting in a tree. No, wait a minute. Let's do this one with everybody's favorite, the Dark Mansion Tarot. This is going to be the good one. This is going to be the best reading tonight because we have a new love, and new love is the best love. You know, it hasn't stagnated yet. It hasn't gone down the crapper just yet. And everything is fresh and lovely and beautiful. And I love new love. New love feels good. It always is nice. So where is this going to go, though? High Priest, it's King of Cups, 8 of Swords, and 2 of Cups. It's going to be slow going. That's for sure. It's going to be a little bit on the slow side. And I don't think you're comfortable too much with too slow, but it does go too slow. It does go a little too slow for your personal taste. If you're looking at this person to just sort of leap into anything, 2 of Cups is sort of hey, we just met. It's a new relationship. I agree with just meeting and whatnot. 8 of Swords, though, I don't have the wiggle room. I don't have sort of the room to do what I need to do in here sometimes. King of Cups, they're going to be a little emotionally distant. A little bit emotionally distant sometimes. You're going to have to sort of rope them in, sort of pull them in. Be like, hey, pay attention. Come here. Don't be this emotionally distant. They also have some skeletons in the closet. A few things, the High Priestess, a few secrets, a few things sort of hidden that you're going to discover over time and that'll develop over a long period of time. It's sort of that's where it's at. But you do have the secrets in the closet. You do have a little bit of emotional distance. You're going to be able to pull them in, rope them in for a short time. But over a long period of time, it sort of gets more difficult. It's sort of a little bit more challenging. And there's restrictions on how things can go or how things can grow, move forward, and how things can sort of grow into a deeper element. It almost feels like it never gets really deep. It just never really gets deep. It feels like it's just sort of always on the surface level for a long period of time. And that's what you have with the 2 of Cups. If you read my book, by the way, 2 of Cups and the Lovers, what's the difference? 2 of Cups is sort of a cursory connection. A Lovers is a deep connection that's over time. And the fact that the 2 of Cups sort of ending the read says that it's sort of a cursory connection, a little bit on the surface level connection for a while. It feels like it's just difficult to drive it in deeper. No pun intended. No pun intended on that. So there you go. Okay, what else do we got going on? We got Andrea. Will I go back to overseas once the borders open? Andrea is ready to make the trip. Andrea's ready to make the trip, and we are going to support Andrea's trip with the Gentle Tarot. It is so pretty. It is such a beautiful deck. Okay. See what happens with all of that good stuff. See if we're going to go overseas, take the boat, because I see some movement cards. If we see a lot of movement cards, we're just gonna wrap that up pretty quick. We're gonna wrap it up pretty quick. How do I buy your books in print? I am reprinting my first book. I'm going to reprint it, so don't worry. It is going to come again. I'm going to make a video. Basically, I've got good and bad news. Good news, I'm trying to reprint everything as fast as I can. Why? Because paper costs are going up 20% across the board. So the $6,000 that it costs to reprint everything will be going up by a lot. And I don't want to pay that a lot. I'd rather print it now rather than wait for the cost increase. Okay. Will I go back to C's? The Empress, Judgment, Root of Thunder, and the Sun. Oh, man. I don't see any movement cards here. You're very tempted to do it. You are. That Empress feels like it's comfortable over there. You have a lot of things that you want to see over there, a lot of things that you want to get over there, a lot of people that you want to connect with over there. The Empress says that you are going to make that connection, to get that going. Judgment says you're going to hop on that opportunity to sort of move forward and get that. And the communication will happen. You do have the Ace of Thunder and whatnot. And it just feels like that Root of Thunder crystal. I'll cover it in my video. But the Root of Thunder is happening. That communication is happening. And the Sun, you're getting out into the Sun. You're moving into that space to where you can have the trip. You can get going. I say yes. We're going with a thumbs up on this. Oh, you do have that. I feel your pain. I do. You have the power now, the ability right now. I mean, once you get that, once the borders are open, you have that power, you have the ability, and you take it. That judgment, that big opportunity, that rebirth, that reincarnation, you got to get out into the Sun. You got to make some connections. You got to do that communication. That is critical. That is critical for you to do it. Absolutely, you will be doing that. No qualms about it. And the last reading of the night. How will I do on the exam? Kaylee, I hope you do quite well. I hope you do well. Let's get a, I've not used this in literally forever. It has been a decade since we have used this one. And man, I love this one. If I can find the stupid button. Where's the button? What did I do with the button? Do I not have it? I swear I had that button. Oh, here it is. The Forest of Enchantment. Man, this was quite the deck. Quite the deck. Kristen needs to read my book. Kristen, you got to read my book. Talks about movement cards, Kristen. Movement cards, Kristen. That's what I'm talking about. So let's look at the last reading. How I do on the exam. The Child of Spells, the 9 of Spells, the 5 of Boons, and the 8 of Visions. It looks challenging. It does look challenging, mainly from the 5 being sort of not getting the earthly success that we need, combined with the emotional turmoil and abandonment and leaving. It looks difficult overall. It really does. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I mean, the 9 of Spells is like, okay. The Child of Spells, it feels like that there was some challenges within this, and it may not work out perfectly. It's challenging. Kaylee, it looks kind of challenged, to say the least. So there you go. It does look like that. Yes, Boons are Pentacles. Yes, Visions are Cups. Okay. Very challenged. Not a good ending to that particular read. But Kaylee, it is only a tarot reading, and I wish you the best, and I wish you luck. By the way, I'm here every night at 6:30. Well, now it's an hour earlier because of daylight savings time, but I will be here tomorrow, and I will see you then.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by. Someone save me before I pass out. I'm too lonely to be done. I'm a drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be 2 of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone say